Unique product globally, of course, at a high price with a very strong brand. Jeremy Moon set up Icebreaker 15 years ago. It's got an annual, excuse me, It's got an annual turnover of about $120 million. And over the next 3 years, the plan is to double that. Well, how do they do it? Good morning and welcome to Q&A to Jeremy Moon. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for joining us.
Hi, Paul. Nice to be here.
You are an amazing success story, a $120 million company, but you've doubled in size over the past 3 years during the financial meltdown around the world. How did you do that?
Well, having Sarah Palin wearing Icebreaker on the cover of Newsweek, I'm not sure if that helped or not, but that's a true story that actually happened.
Yes, I know, late last year, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I got into trouble because I said the fact that she looked both smart and hot was part of the testimony to the transformative power of New Zealand merino. But
did you get a reaction from her?
Yeah, I did actually, because the Herald picked it up, and then unfortunately the Alaskan Tribune picked it up, and it was a storm in a teacup, storm at a tea party. Icebreaker is simple in that we're very focused on one thing, which is taking a natural fibre and giving people around the world a choice in an age of synthetics. And that sounds really simple, and there's a process to do that. But having an absolute simple clarity of purpose has been a lot to do with our success, because we're kind of known internationally as the merino people, and now 80% of our sales are international sales, beyond New Zealand. So when you're building a company from New Zealand, you can only be kind of known for doing one thing really well.
Yeah, but, you know, when you look at your product, you are not a cheap product, and retail pretty much around the world has gone pear-shaped. So what can we learn from that?
Well, premium, I'm really glad you brought that up, because in business you've got two strategies. You can either be the cheapest or you can be the best. And from New Zealand, forget being the cheapest. So we've really only got one strategy when we're building international products, and that's to be the best. So being the best means, how do we have something which is distinct, so it's harder to copy, and meaningful? And it's this kind of tension between creating something really different, which gets us away from competitors, and meaningful to get us close to customers. So when we're designing our products and actually designing our business, that's the type of tension. And it sounds quite abstract, but the fact that we only use New Zealand merino and that we've created really specialist fabrics around that has pushed us so far away from our competitors, or the big guys, the billion-dollar companies like the North Face and Patagonia. I mean, they're our benchmarks. And having the challenge of competing on their turf with our ideas, that's the whole fun.
What is it you're actually selling? Are you selling clothing or are you selling a story?
Well, that's a great question. In fact, we did some work a couple of months ago with a big US research firm to work out how to crack the New York market, because we're opening a flagship store in Soho in New York in a couple of weeks. And they said, look, you know, New Zealand's great, but most people don't know much more than it's a nice place. So focus on having a hook to get into their wardrobe. Tell us the stories about how it's worn before you tell us the story about how it's born. So I think in New Zealand we think that everyone's waiting for New Zealand, and that because we're so unique, it's all about New Zealand, but actually it's about being totally relevant to the people that you're talking to, and then backfilling it with the romance and the beauty and the distinctiveness of New Zealand.
Of the lonely merino in the beautiful mountains, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, Paul, your question, is it a product? It's actually a product that has huge depth to it because of the beauty of New Zealand, the Southern Alps. A fantastic story about, you know, an animal that's born in the mountain that creates products for people to return to the mountains. But that is actually kind of in the background. It has to be a functional, high-quality product that people want in the first place.
Let's talk about the
We start right at the very beginning with the growers. They're strong partners, and we buy a huge percentage of the clip, and we give them visibility many years out so that they can make profitable decisions about their farms. And in return, they give us guarantees about animal welfare, about environmental sustainability, for example, keeping it extensive rather than intensive, and also guarantee quality and supply.
What Icebreaker brought to the growers was leadership, certainty, and importantly, a sustainable price, so that the growers could produce, if you like, a fit-for-purpose product that could take them out into the future, ensuring that they had a profitable future, but also a product that would be enhanced through the Icebreaker value chain.
So we have a philosophy in Icebreaker called narrow and deep, and that's about trying to do more business with fewer people, trying to create an interdependence between each other, so we need each other. That means we have to work in the long-term interests of each other.
And welcome to Marama Station. My name's Richard, and with my wife Annabelle and our two children Emma and Henry, we farm here in New Zealand. Emma and Henry are fourth generation on the property. We first came here in 1919, and we have about 14,500 merino sheep, and we produce about 25 tonnes of wool on an annual basis for Icebreaker. We've been with Icebreaker from the beginning, and we really enjoy that relationship. It's good business for us, but more importantly, it's something that we see going forward into the future and being sustainable, and also we get a real buzz out of seeing people wear the stuff and seeing it spread around the world. We're really passionate about what we do here. We love the merino sheep, we love the fibre that it produces, and we know that you guys are just as passionate about it when you make it into a garment. So we see this as a team game, and we really hope that we can keep this relationship going and keep the passion for merino spreading around the world. We love the idea of the barcode initiative, where people will be able to see where we farm and how we do things here. So I just want to wish everybody all the best, and just keep on the good work, and remember that Emma and Henry are relying on you guys to keep selling the stuff so that they can keep on farming the stuff.
And very warm in the winter and very cool in the summer.
A bit like your Icebreaker that you're wearing. Very warm in the winter, and again keeps you cool in the summer.